Hey everybody, I want to talk about a target for Bitcoin. And we're going to do that in just a couple of minutes today. So stay until the end. I'm going to show you how I'm going to come up with a price target for Bitcoin. Not that I really care. It's not the most interesting coin to me, but I think there's a really interesting price target coming up, and I want to show you what it is. I'm going to show you here how I'm going to do it by sharing my screen with you. And in tradingview.com, I'm going to grab the trend line drawing tool, and I'm simply going to draw some trend lines. And I know this sounds simplistic to some of you, but to others that know what you're talking about, this makes sense. And I'm going to start drawing trend lines all the way back from November of 2016 inside of tradingview.com. And I'm going to draw levels across support. I'm going to draw levels across resistance. And I'm looking for places where price has touched 1, 2, or 3 times. And I know that these are really old trend lines on really old price, but I really don't actually care. And as you can see, as I'm drawing here, when price does correct, it comes down. I didn't know this was going to happen. It does automatically come down to these targets. All right, now I'm going to keep drawing these lines. And when we come back, I'm going to have a price target for Bitcoin. Well, we're back, and I've got my price projection for you, but there's going to be some news here that goes along with it. I've now drawn, if we take a look at the charts here, I've now drawn 45 to 50 trend lines going back to 2015. And I'm going to go to the daily chart, and I'm going to show you these trend lines, how far back I went, and I'm going to show you how severe these trend lines were. Look at some of these trend lines from back in 2015. Based on 2 points back in 2015, going further and further and further back, all the way back to the origins of the quotes that I can find here on TradingView. And none of those lines, none of those trend lines were angled enough, were sharp enough, went back in time far enough to even judge where price is going up to if it continues to rise. But here's the crazy thing. If price falls, these lines have been incredibly useful in finding where price will stop along the way. They just come back over and over and over again. And there are now 1 bazillion targets lower than where we are right now. Well, that's not really that helpful, is it? That's incredibly not helpful at all. All this is to say that this is the kind of financial instrument that literally, regardless of where you start drawing your trend lines, has no stopping point in sight. So the profit target on Bitcoin, when someone says 20,000, when someone says 25,000, when someone says 50,000 or even 100,000, it doesn't seem so far-fetched when you look at it from a support and resistance point of view. And it doesn't seem so far-fetched to buy something like Bitcoin. Even though it's not my favorite coin, it doesn't seem so far-fetched to buy it when it drops and hits and bounces off these levels of support that are on the chart now. And this is a crazy amount of lines that are drawn on my chart, and none of my currency pairs or stocks even look remotely like this. But when it drops, I'm finally at the point now where as long as it drops and it bounces, I don't know how I can't. I don't know how I can't get involved in something like this, even at a point where it seems like it's kind of late in the game. Thanks for joining me here today. I'm Rob Booker. We'll see you tomorrow.